Hi there, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Willow 6 Light Small Pendant. This is the 136350. There is one size larger than this if you need a bigger size. It's also a matching sconce. Check out the sconce. It's a 20-90-120. It's a beautiful fixture on its own. Let's get into the size of the fixture body itself, and that's going to be independent of the single rod going up. So we're measuring right now from the bottom of the arms, very bottom of the fixture, to the top of the highest socket, and that's going to be coming in at 14 inches tall. The width of this, which is kind of a left to right, is going to be 43.5, size that you're going to be probably looking at for a dining table that's 72 inches long or 84 inches long. If you're going beyond that to like a 96-inch long table, you should look at the larger fixture, but this is the right one for a table that's 72 to 84. So like I said, it's 43.5 inches, and then the depth of it is coming in at 14. So this is an oval chandelier or pendant. It's also, those arms are fixed. So just kind of remember that. It's a question that comes up all the time. Let's get into the overall height. Now that's the distance from the bottom of the fixture to the actual ceiling itself. Hubbardton is going to be offering lots of different lengths on this, and how they show you that is a chart. That chart is kind of farther down in the corner of the page there. So you'll see all of those different ranges or heights, overall heights offered, anywhere from 24 inches at its shortest all the way to 69 inches at its longest. And that chart's also going to show you which combination of these rods you're going to be using to get to those targeted overall heights. So it's a good idea to check that out. You know, another place you can see that is going to be the installations instructions PDF. So if you're on the page for this, look over on that side of the screen, midway down, you're going to see a link, and it's going to say click here for installations instructions PDF, and open that up for me. It's going to show you lots of great information, full parts list, how you put it together, schematic drawings of the inside of the canopy. Those are a lot of things that people like to see before they buy something. So, you know, you get as much information as you can. It's a good way to go. This is a very light fixture. It does not have any kind of weight restriction. It's only coming in at 8 pounds, and it goes over your standard 4-inch junction box. This is what you guys have on your ceiling. It's going to ship with 76 inches of wire as well. So like I said, the overall height on this from 24 to 69 is going to be standard product. If you need this to be longer than 69 inches from the ceiling to the bottom of the fixture, drop me a quick email, sales@HandmadeInVermont.com, and tell me what you're looking for. So you reference the 136350. Tell me if it's going to go on a slope ceiling or not on a slope ceiling. Tell me what you're looking for. If you're looking for 140 inches overall height or 160 inches overall height, I'm going to take your email. It's going to shoot through the customs department, come back. We do customs all the time. It's very easy. Adds a little time and money, but it's something we do without any problem at all. This is going to be shipping with 3 of the 12-inch, 1 of the 6-inch, and 1 of the 3-inch rods. These rods are going to be using, they have threading on both ends on the inside, and what they do is they actually use what's called a connector to put them together. The connector has threading as well, and when you do put these together, it's an incredibly, almost seamless look. So when I put this together, super easy. I can barely see that line, so it kind of just disappears, and it just becomes almost the look of a solid rod going up. So you can always get, you know, more of these as well, but remember, you're only going to be shipping with 76 inches of wire, so it's important if you go beyond that 69 inches that you tell us. But you know, you've got a little play, and we do sell these kits independently, just so you know. Why don't we talk about that canopy up on the ceiling? Canopy is going to be, well, this is the canopy that is my sample, but the canopy on this fixture is going to be actually an oval. It's going to be 5 inches by 7 inches. When you do put this all together and you're kind of putting the wiring through these pieces, let me put that out again, take it apart. You're going to be basically snaking your wire through the pieces piece by piece. So you're going to go from the fixture to a connector, to a pipe, to a connector, to a pipe, and then you screw them together at the very end, and that's where you actually have the wire coming out of your canopy. The canopy, like I said, is going to be an oval 5 by 7. But it's going to be like this in the one way that it's going to be slope ceiling adaptable already. So there's a knuckle built into the top of this that allows this to be slope ceiling to 45 degrees without any customization. So you're all set up for that without doing anything special. Let's get into what's going to go on inside of this as far as lamping goes. It is using 6 of these porcelain sockets. These are type B chandelier sockets. We all grew up with these. They're very easy to get. We're in the middle of Vermont in a very rural place, so if I can find these at my grocery store, you can find them everywhere, including LEDs here too, believe it or not. And why don't we talk about that? So when you get into the incandescent, you're going to be limited to 60 watts in each of these. This is a flame tip on both of these guys, frosted, clear. You have 6 of these, so you don't necessarily have to go with the 60 watts. But if you want to, there's no problem at all. You just put it on a standard dimmer. It's a dimmable fixture. If you want to go with LEDs, no problem with that either, because these same kind of bulbs come in as LEDs. Often they're clear. You might be able to find them frosted out there as well. This is a torpedo shape. This is a flame tip shape. It's very pretty. LEDs come in all kinds of different wattage equivalents. There's no limit when you get into these, because this is only going to use probably 4 to 5 watts versus, a 60 watt bulb or a 40 watt bulb for incandescent. But the one thing you do want to zero in on with your LEDs, a couple things. One, you want them to be dimmable, so make sure that wherever you're going, grocery store or Amazon or Home Depot or wherever, True Value Hardware store is good too. Those kind of places are ace. Make sure it's a dimmable bulb. That's going to be important. And then really zero in on the color of the light coming out of the bulb, because you're going to be able to see these bulbs and you want them to be very aesthetically pleasing. 2700 Kelvin in LED world is the color of a setting sun. That's very yellow light. Way on the other side of that is something called daylight. And daylight sounds warm. It is not warm. That is a bluish white light, like an overcast day, which I would not think would be great on this fixture. Good in different places, not good here. For me anyway. But in the middle of all that is something called warm white. And warm white's super easy to get. It's the equivalent of an incandescent bulb that we all grew up with. These are warm white LEDs. That's 3000 Kelvin or 3000 K. So that's what we generally like to use in our showroom, because it's a nice, warm, middle of the road. It's not too yellow. It's definitely not too blue-white, and it's very aesthetically pleasing on everything it kind of falls on, including dining room tables. Don't forget, that's where most of these fixtures are going to be used. So my choice on this would probably be maybe, well, you've got 6 of these lights, right? So probably a 40-watt equivalent LED, and make sure it's dimmable. But don't be afraid to go for incandescent on this too, because I think an incandescent on this, especially if you got it in a frosted, would, because this is going to cut the glare, don't forget. So maybe this would be the way to go, but it's really up to you. So make sure you just buy a dimmable fixture. Dimmable bulb, and you're going to be fine. Let's get into finishes now. If you're on the HandmadeInVermont.com website, look over on this side of the screen. Midway down, you're going to see a tab. It's going to say Finishes Help Guide. Click on that for me. There's going to be a video on there of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton forged finishes and how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be talking about a chart a little farther down on the page. You'll see it next to me here. It's going to kind of go over the differences between heavy forging and non-heavy forging, and it'll be talked about in that video. So it's really important that you kind of watch the video, use the chart. You can click on that chart on different things. So you can click on dark smoke and a big page will pop up and show you lots of different things in dark smoke. Click on burnished steel or natural iron, it'll do the same thing. But it's really important that you understand how Hubbardton Forge's finishes are kind of divided into translucent and opaque, and how they can look on different fixtures. Our showroom in Vermont has we're up to 400 Hubbardton Forge fixtures spread across 2 floors. We have a What's On Display page. It's way up there in those red tabs again, so click on that and you can see what we have to show you. That changes all the time because we're always adding things as they come out. Showroom's open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. We have an amazing clearance center here too. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued things, and showroom samples. If you were coming to visit us, bring a good-sized vehicle, something like a big SUV or maybe a small truck or something like that, because you might find something in the clearance center that you want to take home, and it's a lot of fun to go through. 75% off MSRP is an amazing bargain, so you should really take advantage of it if you can. Like I said, we're open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. You can call us at 802-446-2400 during business hours. You can email us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all the time. We love to answer emails. When you buy your Hubbardton Forge fixtures from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. There's no tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont, and we're the only dealer with 90-day returns and no restocking fees. No one else even comes close to that. Some larger items are non-returnable. We'll always tell you about that. It'll be in the description thing, that part of the description underneath on the very bottom. So keep an eye out for that. We also offer a rush program. Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to get product out. They don't stock anything. That's how you're going to get all your finishes, your adjustable ranges to play with, all those things. We can cut that time in half, and it's super inexpensive. If you want to know more, drop a quick email, and I can walk you through the whole thing, okay? So, if you guys have any other questions, let me know. Love to see you in our showroom sometime, and have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.